It is Sunday and therefore time for my mental health vlog. I hope you have all had a great week. I know here in Houston, the pollen has been insane, like record-breaking numbers of pollen. And I think I was talking to somebody and they said that it was because of the freeze we had last year that shocked the trees. So they didn't get the that's about the extent of my scientific knowledge on why we have so much pollen, is because we had the freeze last year. There you go. Because I guess they didn't release the pollen last year as much because of the shock, and now they're doubling up on efforts. I don't know. They're trying to kill us all. Luckily, I don't tend to have too many problems with allergies, but my son does, and my boyfriend can get a little too. So. So y'all know I've been having a lot of stress at work, and I do feel like it's starting to really take a toll. And I talked with my therapist about that last week, so we talked about some things that I can do to separate my my work from my personal life, which I've never really had a hard time doing. But I think because my job is because I'm more visible now, my job is more involved now, and I think I don't want to say I care more, because I've always cared about my job, whatever it was, but I just feel like because I'm more in the spotlight, I have to worry about things more, and I'm becoming one of those people I really never wanted to become. One of those people who checks their work email and works, on the weekends and whatnot, just because you're trying to figure out a thing for a project. And I never really wanted to do that or be that person. But I feel like I'm skating on that line, and I've always been really good with work-home boundaries, and I think I need to apply that. I actually did have to do something this week because I was doing some validation Wednesday night to fix the debacle from last week, where like basically 2 months worth of work was lost. So I was working late Wednesday night, and while I was working Wednesday night, a meeting request came in for 7 a.m. the next morning, and I'm like, no. I mean, it came from my boss, and it was me and a group of other people, and I was just like, no, boundaries. That's before my work time. That's before my eyeballs are even open. So no. I just told them, look, I'm validating late tonight. I'm not coming in early for a meeting. That's just not going to happen. So let me know what I need to know. So I do need to get better at setting boundaries. So getting ready to go on vacation next week with my boyfriend and 2 friends of ours. And just working really hard to try and keep up with what needs to get done. Basically, with the failed release last week, we lost a week of doing actual work for the next release, which is May 4th, which has to be signed off on by the 27th of April. And there's still things coming in that are part of that release, but we lost a week of validating things that have been done. We lost a week of the developers being able to do new things because they were having to rebuild things that were lost during the 2-month window. So it was very stressful. But the developer that I have been working with is transitioning off of my team, and I'm working with a new developer. They're in transition right now, and he seems very thorough. He seems very detail oriented, and he and the new technology manager that they're working with are putting in place some policies, procedures, and checklists to add some more structure to their processes, and to document the structure for their processes. And this will also allow me to have eyes and visibility on those processes and know who's accountable for what. Because again, as a project manager, if something doesn't go right, even though it's something that was completely out of my control 3 times now, it still comes back on me as the project manager. In fact, I was so excited when we had this release last Wednesday, which was, of course, a release to fix a whole bunch of crap that had been broken, but it was my first release that went like it was supposed to. And I was like, oh my God, finally, a successful release it sucks that it was a patch release to fix a whole bunch of the crap that we broke or that was broken, but it was a nice feeling after doing all the validation on Wednesday night to just feel like everything works. It's been several weeks of chaos, but everything works. And on top of that, the other projects that are on my plate have been picking up speed, picking up priority, and getting a little bit more involved. So I just have to figure it out. I was talking to my boyfriend. I'm like, it's just so weird how I just feel so differently about this job. I love this job. This job is great. My new manager's manager, I had a meeting with her this week because I'll be working directly on her with a lot of stuff. And she was like, I think you're great. Usually I try and figure out what people are not succeeding at in their roles. And I try and find roles or tasks that are better suited for their skills. She's like, you're doing great. I'm not getting complaints from anybody, which blows my mind. But it was nice to have that reassurance and validation from her. That one, my job is not in jeopardy. 2, I will be taking on more projects. And 3, I'm going to be getting some project manager training, which I'm over the moon about because I was hired for this job. My manager quit, went on vacation, came back, quit. Then my next manager, she's been awesome, but she still hasn't trained me to be a project manager. So a lot of it's been on my own. Anyway, enough about work. We all have issues we're dealing with at work. It's not unique to me. But if you are having issues with work, try really hard to find those ways to make sure you're not losing focus of the things you need to do for yourself, for your health, to do the things you're getting paid for work, because yourself is very important. And as I've said probably 100 times, you are no good to anyone if you're not good to yourself. And I need to remember that because I've been burned out in stress this week. My boyfriend and I had to discuss, had to talk about some things that he's been going through and some of the stressors that he's dealing with. And we talked about ways that he can better address those. And he is doing all the steps he needs to do to be a better version of himself. So I'm really proud of him for that. I know it's never easy, and I know he always feels like he's a burden to everybody else, or that everybody is having to handle him. And I want him to get to a point where he doesn't feel that way. Because, I mean, I love him, and I did ask him a really hard question this week. I'm like, because we're talking about his mental health, and I'm like, okay, focusing on your mental health is super important. Is that something that you need to do alone and not try and also balance a relationship? And of course he was like, oh my God, are you breaking up? And I'm like, no, that's not what's happening. But your mental health is super important. Mine is super important. And I feel like if I were in a position where I really needed to focus on it, I don't know if I would see a relationship as a distractor or not. So I pretty much said, I'm like, I can give you space or I can give you support. I want to know what you need so that I can give you what you need. So it was a hard conversation to have, but I think he went with support. So I will give him all the support I possibly can. My brother-in-law had his 50th birthday this weekend in Daytona, a celebration weekend in Daytona. A lot of videos from that. Friends and family had all gathered together, and it was, it's always a little bittersweet when all the family gets together and I can't be there or I'm not there. It looks like they had a lot of fun. I saw a video of my sister on a mechanical bull and my brother-in-law on a mechanical bull, and I'm really, really, really hoping that somehow my mother got on this mechanical bull, and I hope that there's video of that. I really want to see that, but I don't know if that exists. I haven't talked to anybody today. I would imagine it probably doesn't, and it probably didn't happen. But God, if it did, wouldn't that be great? That'd be awesome. Had my son on Friday night. We had a better weekend this weekend than we did last weekend. Saturday we got up, we went to Home Depot, we got some stuff. My boyfriend and I had a project we wanted to work on this weekend in the front yard. And my son helped us out with that on Saturday, and it's good to get him out to get some fresh air and to do some yard work, because I mean every kid has to go through the yard work phase where their parents force them to do stuff outside they don't want to do. He didn't sleep very well the night before. I think he was sending me text messages at 3 a.m, which I did not get, just saying that he couldn't sleep, and I felt really bad. And he was very tired, especially after doing the yard work. He was just so tired. He fell asleep in the car on the way back to Katy to drop him off at his dad. And then they were supposed to go get pictures with the Easter Bunny after I dropped him off. So I texted my ex today. I'm like, hey, how did the pictures go with the Easter Bunny? You know, when can I see him? And he's like, well, it went okay, but it would have been a lot better if he wasn't so exhausted. I'm not sure if he was trying to make me feel bad or make it my fault that my son didn't get a great night's sleep, but I just said, yeah, that sucks that he didn't get a great night's sleep. I hate that for him. I left it at that. They're in Dallas this week, I think Dallas, tonight for a Two Cellos concert. When I found out they were going to that, I'm like, that is super awesome, and I am thrilled that my son is going to get some what is essentially classical music structure exposure. I'm like, okay, go. Because he's excited. I'm like, when my son gets excited about anything art related, I am over the moon. Music, singing, writing, drawing, crafting, painting, whatever. That's my wheelhouse. I'm just thrilled. So very excited that he is going to see that tonight. I can't wait to hear tomorrow to hear how he enjoyed it and how it went. Busy weekend. So we dropped off my son, and then we went to a movie for a replaced date night, because Wednesday is normally date night, but because I had to do validation, I lost date night. So we had date night on Saturday night. Went to go see Everything Everywhere All at Once. Go see this movie. It is the weirdest, trippiest, hardest to explain thing, but it's an amazing journey to go on. It's visually stunning. It is weird. And just when you think it really can't get any weirder, it gets weirder. But I've never been in an audience where like everyone was just like, you could feel everyone's mood and emotion was the exact same as yours. Like everyone was like at the same time, or everyone was laughing at the same time, or everyone was howling at the same time, or everyone was really quiet and tense at the same time. Some people were sniffling and crying at the same time. And it's a great adventure. It is weird. I will tell you, it is weird. I think I leaned over to my boyfriend and said, I am not high enough for this movie. But don't worry, I wasn't high at all. But it definitely has a trippy aspect to it. So, but it's good. Oh, it's so good. Today, so yeah, Home Depot yesterday, Home Depot today, because we didn't end up getting enough stuff that we needed for the project in the front yard. Went to Home Depot this morning, got that stuff. Had to go to 2 Home Depots because I'm like, oh, well, this one's closer. I'll just go see if they have the same stuff that they had at the other one. They didn't. I should have just gone to the other one that we went to yesterday. That would have been so much easier. It made so much more sense, but lesson learned. Finished the project in the front yard. Our landlord came and re-stained the front door, and then we had lunch with her because she's a friend of ours. And the front door looks really good. And our project in the front yard looks really good. I was very, very pleased with how it turned out. And then we went to Siena, which is down south, to visit my boyfriend's parents. His mother just had had surgery this week. It was kind of emergency surgery, so just check on her, make sure she's doing okay. And then we stopped at Target. Of course, we had the corgi with us the entire time. He went everywhere this weekend. He had the best time. When we went to Target, I wanted to pick up some things to give for my son for Easter, since I'm not going to see him on Sunday, so to give him on Friday night or Saturday when I see him next. And then I'm here, I'm doing my vlog, and then I've got some things to do for my Etsy shop, and then I'm calling it a night. I'm just gonna chill out tonight. I need a night to relax. And honestly, with being in the sun all weekend long, and the week that I've had, I'm just exhausted. And I can tell you, the vacation that I have coming up next Sunday, of all the vacations and trips I've taken in my life, I do not think I have ever needed a vacation more than I need this one. So I'm very excited about it. I have a really hard time keeping the details of it in my head. But I'm very excited about it, so I need that. Okay, so that's my crazy week. I've been exhausted, I've been stressed, I've been working late, I've been trying to play catch up. I've been tracking, things going on with my family, and I've been trying to keep up with my son and my boyfriend. So it's a lot going on, but I'm managing. I haven't crashed yet. I'm hoping that I don't crash, but it's been it's been a lot. Okay, check on your friends, make sure they're doing okay. Check on your loved ones, make sure they're doing okay. Saw some great pictures this weekend of my dad's side of the family, where one of I call him uncle, he's probably a second, third cousin, you know how that works in the South. His 80th birthday, and I hadn't seen pictures of them, or most of that side of the family, for years. And I was like, oh, that's Aunt so-and-so. Oh no, that's her daughter. Oh damn, they look a lot alike. But it was great to see so much happiness on that side of the family, because we all kind of disconnected a couple years ago and never really were as tight and close as we used to be, which is a shame. And then check on yourself. Make sure you are doing okay. I have seriously had to do this every single day. I've had to stop and just be like, what do I need? And I've actually done a really good job of getting better at communicating what I need too, which is something I've usually just kind of tried to figure out on my own. But communicating that with my boyfriend and like with my therapist and whatnot, and even with my manager when I needed something, I'm getting much better at that, which I'm proud of. So check on yourself, and I will see you guys next week. Actually, I need to figure out Sunday, because I'm not sure how much internet I'm gonna have Sunday. So I will do a vlog. I do not know if I'll be able to get it uploaded, but I will do it. We'll see how that works out. All right, bye guys, and hopefully I'll check in with you next week, which is Easter. So if you have not gotten your kids something for Easter, you need to get on that. All right, bye guys.